Hi, I'm Charlotte, and I'll be sharing with you about my book, I Am Malala. This book is a biography written by Malala Yousafzai about how Malala was just an ordinary girl in Pakistan who loved to go to school. Malala heard about stories about the Taliban in other countries, but never thought they would come to her hometown, Pakistan. When the Taliban came, they told girls that they shouldn't and wouldn't be able to go to school. From a very young age, Malala knew that it wasn't fair, but that didn't stop Malala from going to school. Malala started getting interviewed about her bravery and how she's standing up for girls' rights. Soon, a war broke out with the Pakistan army and the Taliban, and Malala's family moved to Shandala for the next 3 months. Later, a Pakistani journalist wanted to show Malala's father something, and it turned out that the Taliban targeted Malala. Many months later, Malala was coming home from exams when the bus driver let a suspicious man on the bus, who shot Malala in the head. Malala woke up on October 16th in horrible conditions. Malala had many questions to ask, but couldn't because of a tube in her throat. Malala was in the Birmingham Hospital in England, and her father was home in Pakistan with the rest of her family. Malala eventually got the tube out of her throat removed, and many surgeries have been done. Malala was disappointed to find out that she was in a coma for a week and that 2 of her friends were injured. Malala cried for the first time in her experience when she saw her family. Months later after the incident, Malala got into the United States and met famous people who interviewed Malala. Malala won the United Nations Human Rights Prize and now is an inspiration to others for all the hard work she has done for women's rights. I would recommend I Am Malala to people who like biographies and for people who like a story where they didn't give up and they had to go over a lot of obstacles in their life. I would give this book a 9 and a 10 out of 10 because it showed all the challenges that she had to have. They weren't relatable, but I just liked the book.
Hi, I am Jason, and I'm reading Bruno Mars. The author's name was Stephen Watson. I'll be telling you about Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars was a Hawaiian-born singer, songwriter, and recorder producer whose music displays an electric variety of styles and influences, especially R&B and hip-hop. Bruno Mars was born October 8, 1985, Honolulu, Hawaii, USA. Bruno's parents are Bernadette San Pedro Bayot, Peter Hernandez. Bruno Mars became one of the hottest performers, but one night he was found doing drugs. He was arrested by the police. He did not go to jail, but he had to pay a $2,000 fine and did 200 hours of community service. He was very embarrassed about his drug use and promised to never use them again. In the spring of 2003, Mars graduated from high school. Bruno Mars first performed at New York City Madison Square Garden on December 10, 2010 at the Jingle Ball. I recommend Bruno Mars for people who like to read about famous singers, and I rate this book to 9 out of 10 because this is a really good book for learning about people.
Hi, my name is Shahir, and I'm reading about Thomas Jefferson, Man on a Mountain. This is a biography written by Natalie S. Bober, and it is about the 3rd President of the United States. Tom Jefferson was born on April 13, 1743 in Shadwell, Virginia. He also had a sister named Jane, who isn't that much important. At Tom's 2nd birthday, her mom died, sadly. As soon as that happened, his dad, Peter, adopted Tom and his family to an orphanage. Tom had lived in the orphanage for 15 years. When Tom was 14, his father, Peter, got sick and was sent to the hospital. Sadly, his father died and he was 55 years old. At age 16, Jefferson wrote a letter to a friend expressing his desire to see more of the world. When he enrolled for college of William and Mary, he noticed that Williamsburg was way more different than Shadwell. There were tradesmen, shopkeepers, craftsmen, and slaves working as well. He made some new friends while at the college, Dabney Carr and John Page. Tom was a really good student, according to his teachers. Tom had only failed one assignment. He also served in the Revolutionary War too, and made the Declaration of Independence. His wife's name was Martha and had two children. There are more things to this. There's more things to discover in this book if you go to your local library. I would recommend this book for people who like history and not for people who like short books and not too many details in it. And I would give this a 7 out of 10.